So you want to start a business, but how much money do you really need? It's a really important question. There's some things that you really need to consider and think about, and there's some things that you might not be thinking about. So stay tuned and watch this video. I'm going to go through some things that you really need to know. Starting a business is exciting and scary all at the same time. There's a lot of different things that you really should think through and take into consideration before you get started on this journey to start a business. So there isn't a magic number that I can just throw out there to you and say, oh, you need $50,000 or $100,000 or $200,000 to start a business, and that's all you need. It really can vary depending on the type of industry that you're looking to get started in, whether it's a restaurant and all the equipment or a contractor and all that equipment. So depending on the type of business that you're looking to get into, depending on the industry, and depending on the size of the organization, will really make up what you need. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to give you a few things that you should really consider and ways that you can help add up those expenses and take a look at what the initial cost will be to get up and started, and then what those monthly costs will look like, so we can break out how much money you're going to need over the next 6 to 12 months to really get you on the path of business success. So a good rule of thumb, I think that a lot of people use, and I've used in the past when getting businesses started, is you really want to have about 12 months of expenses on hand, of your business expenses. You're never going to be able to nail this down to the penny, but you want to do a good job in roughly estimating all the different expenses, from your rent to your employee expenses, to your utility expenses, to any marketing expenses that you're going to do. Kind of break out what that is, and again, in the beginning, you're going to have to estimate a lot of this, but you want to break that out. Another really important fact here is a lot of people don't factor in their personal expenses, so as you go on this path to starting a business, all of a sudden, if you leave your job, that income is going to stop. So a lot of people don't factor in their personal lifestyle as well as the business lifestyle. So make sure you're factoring those two together and have enough money there to at least get you through the first 6 months. And 6 months, let me tell you, is going to go really fast. So besides those monthly expenses, you're going to have to look at what are those initial startup expenses. So there's going to be cost to get incorporated, website design. Every business now needs a website. You may have to purchase equipment depending on the industry. There may be office space, there may be furniture. These things may seem like, oh, that's not a big deal, but they add up very quickly. Even in an office, just some simple office furniture and furnishing an office can be a lot more than you expect at first. I really recommend that you start as lean as possible. So if it's going to be some sort of a service business and you're dealing with customers that aren't ever coming into your location, whether it's over the phone or email, whether they're across the country, then if you can start out of your house and keep your expenses low, that's great. Or if you have to start in a very small office that may not be the prettiest, but if you don't have customers coming to you, keep those expenses really low. Once you've added up those monthly expenses, and once you've added up those startup expenses to buy all the materials or equipment that you might need, I would probably add about 20 to 30% to that number, because most of the times you're going to come in under, and that'll give you a nice little buffer, which is always helpful when you're getting started. Having the right amount of money when starting your business is really going to be super crucial to your success and to the success of any company. I mean, capital is probably the biggest reason why companies make it or don't. So a few other things that you really should to consider. One, if you haven't saved any money, get saving. Do not start a business if you don't have a buffer of your own cash. Number two, there's some different personal financing options and personal loans that you can take out today that you can use to finance a business. So you should look at those options and see how much money can you leverage with your personal credit in order to put into your business. Number three, immediately once you get started, you want to build a relationship with a business financing source. So as you grow your company, you can have access to capital as you need it and aren't scrambling in the last minute. If you don't have money saved and you aren't going to borrow money, the only other option is raising equity. Raising equity is not a bad option, and a lot of people argue that you should raise equity and that you shouldn't raise equity. Well, it really depends on the type of business, and it really depends on how much money that you're going to need. If you're going to need a lot of money, your only option, if it's going to be millions of dollars that you need to get this business off the ground, the only option that you're going to probably have is raising equity, whether it's through friends, family, or a private equity group. If you're going to go that route, you're going to really need to have your whole plan in order and what this business is going to do and how it's going to make money. I would argue that in the beginning, if you're able to leverage your personal credit and your own money saved to get the business started and not have to give up equity, I think that that's always a better option. If you are going to bring in a partner and raise equity in the beginning, there's a lot of people out there now that will throw money at businesses and take equity. If you're looking to go that route, I would focus on someone that could not only give you money, but could help give you advice, and that's maybe been there or done that, or is an industry expert in that whatever field that you're looking to get into. So they can also give you money, but also give advice. That's actually called smart money. So if you're going to look to raise and sell equity, raise some smart equity and bring in some sort of a strategic partner that can also help scale and grow your business. It'll be much more beneficial, and at least you'll have an added bonus reason for why you gave up that equity in the beginning. In this video, I gave you some basic information to help get you thinking a little bit differently about the different things that you need to look at when you're looking to start your business and how much money you'll need. If you'd like some more information and like to discuss this further, check out the link below. Someone on my team can actually help get your corporation started, help get your website up and going, help you get your payment processing set up so you can accept payments from customers. And we can also help you with some personal and some business financing. So check out that link below. One of my team members would be happy to discuss where you're at, some of the things that you'll need to think about further, and answer any questions that you may have. Thank you for tuning in to Grow by Joe. I appreciate you watching this video. Comment, subscribe, and check out that link below. We'll talk soon.